Pates Park in Allentown, the site once again for championship night, and championship night it is, and it is the East Penn Conference that comes their way tonight after the Colonial League Championship went to Palmerton by a score of 7-4 over Easton. It's our D11Sports.com game of the week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. Northampton, the Concrete Kids at 11-5, 17-5. They're the 5 seed taking on the number 3 seed Nazareth Blue Eagles, 12-4, 16-6. Hi and welcome everyone. Al DiCarlo, Mike Gallagher. So glad you could join us here on a Thursday night. We expect a great matchup between these two teams.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you thought Northampton might be here in the end, because they were battling towards the top. But Nazareth, I think, the big surprise, and they're playing as hot as anybody in the league.
Right now, the K Kids, Christy Henritzi is the head coach, fifth year, 98-24. They beat number 1 Whitehall by a score of 9-6. They were down 5-0 in that game with a 5-run seventh inning to win. Hannah Dewar, one of their go-to players, only a freshman. She can hit. She can run.
Yeah, Hannah Dewar is having a great year. She started out half the year playing third base, but she's really a catcher as her first position. A senior catcher has been out for about 10 games in Fisher. So Dewar jumped into the catcher role and has been doing great, not only behind the plate, but as a hitter.
For Nazareth, Steve Genzali in his fourth year, 37-22. They're coming off a win against Freedom by a score of 5-3. They've won 8 of 9. Alina Weaver, their sophomore shortstop, batting in at .415 on the season.
Yeah, she's their second hitter in the lineup. She's their shortstop, only a sophomore, as Al said. But she's been probably their most consistent player offensively this year, and they're going to need to have a big game from her defensively and out of that 2-hole.
All right, let's pause on America with the playing of our national anthem. All right, we get ready for the matchup between these two teams, and with us is Allie Winskowski. Allie Winskowski, 4 years at Palisades, and just finished her freshman year at Penn State University, and she talked to both coaches. Allie?
Thank you, Al. And it's another great matchup here at Patriots Park. Northampton versus Nazareth for the championship, the EPC. We just saw the Colonial League with Palmerton taking away the victory, but this time is another great one. And so Nazareth said that they're going to come out with a fast strategy, try to get a run on the board first couple of innings, try to make headway with Northampton. But Northampton did win the last matchup these two teams played, 5-0, and their pitcher had 13 strikeouts. So it's going to be a great one. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot, and excited to have this matchup between these two teams. And, obviously, Mike, when you look at these matchups, when you get at this level, when you get to the championship, we saw it before. People say, all right, we're Northwestern, they could win the game, and Palmerton played their A game, or maybe not their A game, but, Northwestern had the errors. A lot of things can happen in the game of softball, the game of baseball, that change things quickly, and we'll see what happens here. Northampton is the 5 seed, so they're the away team. Nazareth the home team. They'll get the last at bat depending on what happens. Let's bring in the starting lineup here for the Northampton Concrete Kids as they will go up against Kylie Grover, the freshman. Hannah Makovsky will play left field. She'll bat first, batting in at .525. Avery Dybert at 452, the first baseman. Hannah Dewar, the freshman catcher, behind the plate, batting third. Nicole Yellen batting fourth in right field. Ava Cascario, the junior second baseman, at 318. Ro Echevarria, the freshman third baseman. So 3 freshmen in the starting lineup for Northampton. Emma Fraley, the senior pitcher, batting in at 273. Sam Barber at 209 in center field. And Riley Colburn, the junior shortstop, will be batting ninth.
Yeah, that lineup for Northampton has really come along. They're really potent. And what they've done, they've gotten better at the bottom of the lineup. You know, we talked a lot about the bottom of the lineup last game. But the girl that's been on fire didn't make out in the semifinal game against Whitehall, Hannah McCoskey.
And we are underway for the East Penn Conference Championship game. McCoskey, 525, 2 home runs, 19 RBIs on the season. And she leads off here against Kylie Grover, the freshman. Grover 4-1, 3.95 ERA, 33 strikeouts, and 16 walks. In years past, and this is a ground ball towards first, you know, we've said it before, Northampton's had 3-4 pitchers in the last few years. This year it's different, and it's Nazareth that has, you know, a bunch of pitchers.
You're going to see Grover and Kaufman. You know, I would bet my house that you're going to see Grover and Kaufman.
Oh.
Happened the other day. Kaufman came in. I'll put it on there, Al. And, you know, they've been going. Kaufman's had the better numbers, but Grover was hot lately, so he's been starting her. And that's huge for her to get Hannah McCoskey, who does not strike out a lot, swinging on that first bat of the game.
So 1 out to start things off. And that brings up Avery Dybert.
So Avery Dybert, batting .452, has had a great year. Did not start for half of the year. There's been a big rotation in the infield / lineup of Northampton that I'll describe here as strike 1 to Dybert. So basically, everybody in the infield has moved over one position. When Angela Fisher went out about 10 games ago, they moved everybody down one as we take the second pitch here to Dybert.
Pitch coming in, and
got a strike. Late call. So Dewar went to home plate. The shortstop went to third base. The first baseman went to second, and Dybert came in as the first baseman. Has done a phenomenal job. And then since then, they've removed the third baseman and put in the freshman.
0-2 pitch. And that one misses. The home plate umpires John Tone, Kevin Hoffman over at first, and Mike Vangello is over at third. Glad you could join us here for the 2023 East Penn Conference Championship. Palmerton already a winner, and they will get the top seed in districts. That one just off the plate, a little low, and now 2-2.
Well, it's early in the game. You don't know where the strike zone's going to be. Is he calling it right at the knees? Is he calling it off the plate? As we look to our right, Al, and she is warming up already, Avery Kaufman, just always ready. The other freshman battery pitcher.
2-2 pitch. That one fouled into the screen. I want to thank our crew, Sports Fan Base Network. Kevin Conley is hanging out, doing the right thing. Dave Micah, D11 Sports, not doing the right thing. Dave's going to hear it.
I don't like the abuse that Dave gets. Dave's a nice guy, Al.
This is no abuse. This is just reality. Pitch. And that one stroked towards center field, and that will drop in for the first hit of the game. And it comes off the bat of Avery Dybert, a 1-out single.
It's a good piece of hitting by Dybert, getting behind in the count. Hannah Dewar. Now, Hannah Dewar has phenomenal numbers, batting .434. We did in her opener, 44 RBIs. She's actually settled down a little bit. I mean, she was on fire. In the last 3-4 games, her numbers haven't been as great as she was. And, you know, see if she can respond here in the district championship and get back to she didn't have a hit the other day in the semifinals. A little off speed outside the starter. In my opinion, Al, the most talented player on the Northampton team. You know, I think Hannah Dewar just overall has the most ability, the biggest future. You know, there's really good players, but Hannah Dewar is the most pure talented player on this team.
That one gets away and will be enough to advance the runner over to second. So Dybert at second, and Hannah Dewar has a chance here, again, to get her 45th RBI. Mike, that's a lot of RBIs, 44 RBIs.
Mm-hmm.
Again, only a freshman, so she also has 10 doubles on the season to go along with those 5 home runs. So 2-0 pitch. Let's see if they give her one to Look at that one down in the dirt. Now 3-0. Sun's starting to
Now,
wheeze his way out of here.
if Hannah can get a walk here, she wants it because the hottest hitter on this team, McCoskey the last game, but the hottest hitter over the last 3 weeks, she's on deck, and Nicole Yellen.
That strike right down the middle. Northampton used to be, we talk about Northwestern in the Colonial League being there for the third time. This is the fourth straight time, take away the COVID year, that Northampton has been in the championship game.
And I kind of compare Northampton as she draws the walk to Northwestern last year. Northampton was, like this year, the teams are balanced a little bit. There's some more talented teams. Northampton last year was clearly the best team. And for Parkland to upset them in this game was a really, really big deal as they're going to courtesy run for Duar, the catcher. So Northampton losing this game last year really bothered them because they haven't won this in a long, long time, the East Penn. District championships the last couple of years, but this is a game they won. Now, Nicole Yellen, I said, hottest hitter on the team right now over the last 3 weeks. Nicole Yellen, what impressed me with her is she's starting to pull the ball a little more. She wants it out over the plate. She wants to take it to left field, okay? But as it's a strike, a little delayed call from out here, but she's getting better at pulling the ball to the to the other side of the infield, the second base side. But when she's in her glory hitting, she wants to put it right where we're sitting right now in this gap in the left center field.
0-1 pitch, slapped wide of third. Northampton beat number 4 Emmaus 5-1, beat number 1 Whitehall 9-6. Nazareth beat number 6 Liberty 12-2, and then number 2 Freedom by a score of 5-3. Again, Northampton, fourth straight league final. They lost to Parkland in 2019. 2020 was the COVID year. 2021, they lost to Freedom 10-0, came back and won the district championship, and last year lost to Parkland. Speaking of Parkland, I see a bunch of coaches from Parkland in the crowd because I think the winner will get Parkland somewhere in the mix. I don't know if it's
if
right
I'm
away,
reading
right?
it right, Parkland would have to play Pleasant Valley 8 and 9 in a play-in game.
I think
Not a play-in game, but that first pigtail round.
And then
the winner will go against the number 1 seed, and one of these teams will be the number 1 seed because they'll be the league champ.
So even though Parkland's had a non-Parkland year, they have a lot of young players or anything like that.
They beat Northampton.
You don't want to be facing them in districts.
That's Northampton's last loss of the year. Actually, no, they lost to Whitehall the game after that when they had like 3 or 4 games they lost. But Parkland needed that win, and they beat Northampton the second time they played this year. Northampton-Parkland opened the year in a close game, which was won in walk-off fashion, I think, or in the last inning at least by Northampton. And then Parkland being the second time. So they had 2 close games. Parkland has the talent to play with anybody. Again, this league is so balanced this year. Honestly, it's very, very balanced and on any given day.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 on, 1 out here. As pitch coming from Kylie Grover to Nicole Yellen. And this one is foul again.
Yeah, they can stay out there, but that's where Yellen wants the ball. You keep pitching it out there. She's not going to hit it softly. She's going to hit it hard. Right now I'm bringing a changeup coming in inside of her hands, or if you're going to go outside, you're going to go up and high and see if she'll fan it. But you don't want to be out there. Yellen will make you pay if you stay out there.
Now we'll do it again. Delivery at 1-2.
Came
and
inside.
That one is inside.
It's a great pitch. That's a great pitch. I would come right back in there.
Ava Cascario is on deck.
And Yellen showed the ability to foul the ball off. So if it's anything close, she needs to at least foul it off. Don't give the umpire the chance to punch you out.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on. Top of the first inning, 1 away. This one towards short. They'll go to third. And that's a good play.
Yeah, Weaver.
Weaver to Bartha, 2 away.
Really good play by Weaver, getting the lead runner. Some high school girls will want to just get the out at first, but no, that's the play. Good battle there.
Avis Cascario, 318, 1 home run, 14 RBIs.
Now back to my little story about the changes in Northampton. So Ava Cascario played first base for half the season. Moved over to second base, again, when they rotated the infield down 1 with Fisher out.
Baseball scored through 3 innings, Liberty leading 4-0 over Parkland. Bangor winning the Colonial League Championship earlier today against Saucon Valley. That one down in the dirt. Good job by Shauna McNamee. Scoop that one up.
Cascario, a junior, 1 home run on the year, batting .318.
Two-zero pitch coming. That one right down the pipe for a strike, 2-1.
The pressure on these freshmen on the mound. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a big atmosphere here, a great crowd.
Here comes the pitch. That one towards third. Step right on. Oh,
Foul.
that's a foul. I'm going to say that was the easy one there.
Don't forget, Al, I talked to you in game 1. Just watch that guy in the blue. Watch the guy in the blue. And they got an extra umpire in the playoffs.
I was watching him, but I didn't see him from this distance.
Kevin Huffman, great umpire. Football referee over there.
Cascario has 14 RBIs on the year. Would love to have her 15th year. That one is called strike 3, however. Thought maybe it was a little bit low on that play. They'll call it. 2 strikeouts an inning by Kylie Grover. And Northampton will leave 2 runners on. And they'll bring up the Nazareth Blue Eagles here in the bottom half of inning number 1. I want to thank our sponsors as we always do. We'll start with St. Luke's. And we thank them for everything they do here with D11sports.com. St. Luke's, the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. Home, auto, life, and business, Broski Insurance Agency has you covered. With more than 50 years of experience, give their friendly staff a call at 610-264-3940 or visit their website at broskiins.com. Broski Insurance, tradition and pride since 1965. Game also brought to you by Reichenbach Oil Company, celebrating over 100 years of providing the Lehigh Valley with convenient and reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletics. Mention you heard us on the D11 Sports game broadcast. Receive $25 off of your next oil delivery. Right now, the lowest price in 18 months. Call them now and get you ready to go. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Nazareth Blue Eagles as we bring them in. Natalie Chloros at 277 in center field. Alina Weaver, the sophomore, playing short, batting at 415. Shauna McNamee, it's behind the plate, batting at 368. Cassie Zellner, the senior DP, at 305. Haley Mandela at first base, batting 316. Lily Moretti, the freshman in left field, batting 317. Avery Bartha at 158 at third base. Emma Infantino, sophomore second baseman, at 206. And Sydney Harper, the senior right fielder, batting in at 179. And your pitcher, Emma Fraley, and her first pitch and first hit by Chloros, and the sophomore gets on. So Fraley, the senior pitcher, 16-5, 122 innings pitched, 2.17 ERA, and 145 strikeouts. He's been great all season, but gives up the first hit of the game. And let's see what Nazareth does here. You know, do they have the wheels? Do they start running? Do they move around here?
Well,
with a very solid hitter in Alina Weaver at the plate.
no extra base hits the other day. All singles and small ball for the most part for Nazareth when they upset Freedom. Now, from what I've seen on this umpire, this is an umpire that Fraley wants to see. You know, let's see this pitch where she goes. It's a pop-up. I think it's going to get out of play. Fraley likes to work the low corner. So, you know, based on that strikeout you saw,
that's perfect.
she's going to run that drop curve on the outside corner, and then she has a heck of a screw come down. She likes to keep the ball down low. She'll come up high once in a while, and he'll sneak a changeup in there, but Fraley's going to work the ball low and low. Right there, that's the pitch. She's getting that call. You're going to see a great day for Fraley. Strike 3 looking. She's going to live back there. Jen Shellhammer Getz is her pitching coach, played at Maryland, Lehigh Valley legend. And, she trains her. She calls the pitches. And they want to keep the ball down and on the corners. And Fraley's really, really good. At times this year she got a little wild. There it is again, a little off the plate. That loss to Parkland, she walked, I'm making this up, like 6, 7, 8 girls, but she had a rough day. But if she's limiting the walks and can paint those corners, she should have a strong outing.
This brings up Sean McNamee, the sophomore catcher, betting in at 368. Pitch coming in, and this one stroked towards left field, but that one easy cookings for Hannah Makovsky, and 2 away. You always love when you're in the perfect position when you never have to move in the outfield. You'll take that in a heartbeat.
Yeah, and one thing Northampton does, they have a really good outfield. You know, a lot of teams, sometimes there's some holes in the outfield. Nah, Barber's been a 2-year starter in center. McCoskey's been out there for 2-3 years in left. And Yellen, who had to wait her turn, is one of the better players in the league out in right.
Wow, they try to throw it back at first. The sliding back is Kloros. This is Cassie Zellner. Zellner, senior DP at 305, 4 home runs, 18 RBIs. 2 outs, 1 on. Here in the bottom half of inning number 1 in the East Penn Conference Championship.
Cassie Zellner, this role for the most of last year as the DP. One of 3 seniors in the starting lineup for the Blue Eagles. A lot of young teams in the Valley. A lot of young teams as Duar, 2 snap throws to first. Really strong arm. All these teams, you know, you go that whole East Division. Liberty, young. You know, Easton, pretty young. Nazareth, very young. A lot of talent coming back.
2 balls, 1 strike. That one misses outside. Now 3-1. Haley Mandala is on deck. And this one, a little dribbler towards first, handled there by Dybert, and that retires aside. Through 1, East Penn Conference Championship, 0-0 is your score between Northampton and Nazareth. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
For all the moments of your life, through thick and thin, Broski Insurance has been there. Since 1965, it has been our honor to be there for you and your family, both in the good times and the tough times.
Home, auto, life, and business. Broski Insurance Agency. Tradition and pride since 1965. Online at broskiins.com.
Concussions are serious. 3 million sport, recreation, and auto accident-related concussions happen each year. 20% of high school athletes who play contact sports will suffer a concussion during the season. St. Luke's is the region's leader in assessing, managing, and treating concussions in athletes and non-athletes of all ages. Our multi-specialty teams of experts collaborate to care for you using the latest treatment options. Don't play head games. Take concussion seriously. Call St. Luke's to schedule an appointment with one of our concussion experts.
We are back. We get ready for inning number 2, and it will be Ro Echevarria, the freshman third baseman, Emma Fraley, and Sam Barber against Kylie Grover here in the East Penn Conference. Also, Mike, you know, the All-Stars were announced for the East Penn Conference. We'll get those in between innings. It is a familiar name on that list.
Echevarria, again, a freshman who played JV beginning of the year. Then towards the end of the year, they started using her to run for the pitcher or catcher. Next thing you know, they decide, you know what, since Duart's doing her catching, she's got talent. And they started her at third the last 3-4 games, and she's doing a really good job defensively and offensively.
And Grover 4-1 on the season with 33 Ks and 16 walks. Comes in with that pitch, that one down low.
Kaufman continues to warm up over on the side. It's actually good that they do this rotation because I always think, like, you know, you're out there early in the game and you look and you're like, oh my God, they're warming somebody else up. You know, they tell me.
Right.
No, this is just a system they use here. She warms up pregame, starts, the other warms up because she's not in another position. It's good when you have your backup pitcher not in the field because you have plenty of time to warm up as the game's going. Is that 3-0?
Yeah, 3 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, that's huge. Fraley on deck.
Here comes the pitch to Echevarria. And therefore a strike, now 3-1.
the good part is it's tough for us to see the ump from out here, but we got this camera guy right in front of me who's
calling him,
punching him out. He's got the.
Yeah, but Sean Riley's not usually right.
Yeah, that's true.
So anything he says, it's opposite.
Well, Tone's another delay guy, like right there.
Yeah.
He's a delay guy.
Sean's not. Sean called that a strike.
So,
you know what? I'm
so
going with Sean's
Sean's
call.
giving me right away because we had Jim Kapora, a delay guy, is a voice guy. So when you're right there, you hear the voice and delay with the hand.
All right, so maybe Tone's watching Sean, but Sean's not handling the camera. Now
3-2.
No hand on the camera. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and that one is fouled back.
Grover went up high. Good job by Rowe fouling it off.
Nazareth, Keys coming in, discipline at the plate, control the zone with pitches. Again, you look at their lineup: 5 seniors, no juniors, 8 sophomore, 4 freshmen.
Who are you talking about?
Nazareth.
Because it's similar with both teams. She missed that.
So she missed that one. The throw down the first is going to be high.
Wow, so that's going to go down as a strikeout. Pass ball, I want to say.
So
And gets on first. Now, Fraley can bunt, but Barber and Colburn are, not gap hitters like Fraley. So it's going to be an interesting call by Christy Henrici. Now, Fraley's batting under 300, but Fraley, early in the year, she was on fire. She's cooled off. They moved her down the lineup. She has the potential to explode, though, any game with her bat. She can flat out hit. Her average isn't showing it this year, but I think she's swinging away.
a pitch outside. Fraley 273, a home run, 15 RBIs. Echevarria sitting there at first.
And, you talk about 7, 8, and 9. You got 7, 8, and 9 coming up. And, the last game we saw Northwestern was shut down, 7, 8, and 9. And we really focused on that and how many strikeouts. She does square. Nice bunt. We'll get the sacrifice.
Well,
no one's covering first.
Yeah. They both came in. So
No, second baseman covered second. A mental mistake. Young team. Watch this. Fraley. It's got to be a bunt single. It's going to go down as a single. She bunts. Look at, they don't know where they're rotating. Third's going, second's going, the first. Because sometimes teams don't have their first baseman come in. They let the pitcher handle everything off to the plate. So I don't know what their coverage was. Some people have the left fielder cover third.
Yep.
It looked like the short one to go to third. Second went to first. First baseman came in. Nobody was covering first. It's going to go down as a single for Fraley.
Like, think about that. You had a strikeout and a pass ball, right, going through, and all of a sudden you get a bunt, no one covering. You got first and second, nobody
a
out.
Mistake by a young team. And I want to talk about this 7, 8, and 9.
Here's Barber. Barber lays one down right on the plate. She'll advance both runners. The throw down to first is in time for the first out.
It's going to go sacrifice, and it's going to go 2-4, or was that the first baseman stayed on? I didn't see it. They did. But, Al, let me make a point here. The other day against Whitehall, losing by 2 in the last inning, they had 7, 8, and 9 came up, and 2 of them came through. So, that actually set the tone for the comeback in the last inning. The bottom of their lineup for Northampton came through the other day. And right now, as we get to Riley Colburn, whose average is only 231, her defense has been great this year. Started the year out at second base, moved over to shortstop with that rotation. And she can hit the ball hard. She likes to hit the ball up the middle. When she makes good contact, center fielder better be ready. In my opinion, center field is playing a little too deep right now. I'd come up a couple steps. She's not a power hitter, but she's a line drive single hitter and likes to hit it up the middle when she's on.
Now, second and third, one away. Great opportunity for her to get Northampton on the scoreboard first. That one fouled back into the screen. We've seen, we talked about this in the first game, games that, go and there's no score until you get to the 7th or 8th or not. We've had those games before. We've had games that, have been blowouts. A couple of years back when we said it was 10-0 Freedom beating Northampton in the championship. We've had games that you take the lead and all of a sudden you give up the lead. It's everything. That's why sports are so great. Sports are great.
If you knew who was going to win, it wouldn't be fun.
Exactly.
It's like going to – I got to watch what I say.
Well,
it's like going to 90% of the wrestling matches. You kind of have an idea who's going to win. Not all of them.
Well, I thought you were going to go to Back to the Future and and figure if they had when you had that little book. Remember you had that book?
Yeah.
I wish I had that book today. So
Honey, Al fell. Another boy fell out of the tree. There's Al DiCarlo in front of the car.
Riley Colburn in a position here.
She's got a battle here. Put it in play.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Might get a run home. Shortstop's back. Middle infield's back.
That one up high.
So right now, if you're on third base for Northampton, you've got to look where the infield's playing. If anything's hit past third base or past the pitcher, you're going home because they're deep. They're not coming home. So you got to know that on contact.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Waiting on the pitch. Steps out.
Again, I think the outfield's a little too deep right now. Inviting a base hit from the number 9 hitter.
Here comes the pitch, and that one fouled back. Good at bat here so far.
Really good at
for
bat.
Riley Colburn.
Another girl program player. Northampton's got depth. They got a good program from middle school on up. He had such a good, talented senior group last year. Some of these girls, she's a junior, had to wait her turn. That opened up the opportunity for the freshmen that are playing this year because they had a senior-laden team last year.
This one, stay fair. Oh, actually,
Did I
that's
hit
a
her?
worst-case scenario, and it
Wow. Major mistake by Riley Colburn. So nobody's even there to make the play. So let's look at this. As she's running down the first, she's got to avoid this ball. It's in fair territory.
did. Which is probably going to go foul.
See, I don't think she saw it. I think her mentality was swing the bat, I made contact, run as hard as you can to first
Right.
base. So she wasn't able to locate the ball above her. It has a weird spin on it, and it jumped into her. So when you see the replay, at first,
This one gets deep in the hole at second. The throw is wide,
2
and
runs.
Northampton scores 2. So a good job there by Hannah Makovsky, who struck out in her first at-bat.
I don't know whether to give an error or not because she might have beat this out.
That was a deep, yeah, that was
Let's watch. And
even
I'll
with
see
the
what,
throw.
Here we
getting
go.
there.
It's in the middle.
Nah,
Yeah,
nah, she's
I
beating
think
it out.
she's going to beat out. I'm just going to let the game changer for Northampton here make the call for us. But the 2 runs come in, and the mistakes. Now, Northampton almost helped with the mistake by Colburn, but the mistakes by Freedom, by Nazareth there, definitely catching up to him this inning.
Well, Echevarria scores and Fraley scores. And again, that was going to be a tough play. She was safe regardless. That ball was
But the
perfect.
2 runs come in. It's definitely an error. There's an error on the throw tomorrow. You can give her a single, but it's going to be a single and an error, allowing the second run
She'll
to come
get 1
in.
RBI. The second one won't be. It will be unearned.
Still
But
waiting.
either way, he gets 2. It's 2-0 regardless.
Correct.
In favor of Northampton.
With Dybert, who singled on a line drive in the first. Dybert had a big game in the semifinal with a couple hits. Clutch double late in the game on a changeup off-speed pitch that gave him a little more room going into the bottom of the 7th in their semifinal win.
So you're going to get a hit and then an error.
Northampton's scorekeeper gave them, and then an error on the throw.
So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 on, 2 already in. We're in the top of the 2nd inning for Northampton. That one down low and outside.
On deck, Hannah Duar, who walked last inning, getting a lot of batters to the plate, a lot of pitches. I wouldn't be surprised to see a change sooner than later. Up to 46 pitches already for Grover. 47.
3 balls, 1 strike.
It's a lot of pitches in 2 innings. Remember, I said going into like the bottom of the 6th last game, Palmerton, Gaffney was at like 75, into the 6th inning.
I want to thank Sean Richmond and Bob Tice. And that one is lifted towards left field. So now 1st and 2nd for Northampton as Dybert gets her 2nd hit. And the bats are on right now. Again, think about how the inning started, Mike. You had the strikeout, but it got through.
Yep.
Then there was the bunt that, there was no one covering first. And that led to 2 runs.
Yep.
And now back-to-back hits.
And again, when you score 2 runs without hitting the ball hard, that was the first hard hit of this inning.
Mm-hmm.
Even Hannah Makovsky's was just placed in the right way. But the 2 you talked about, that and, if Riley Colburn could avoid that pop-up. But again, she did not see that ball.
Again, I want to thank Sean Richmond and Bob Tice from the East Penn Conference, always getting us the information we needed. for tonight's game. Earlier, of course, we had Brian Gilbert for the Colonial League, and all these athletic directors do such a great job. People don't realize sometimes their game's going on, and the athletic directors are sitting here and they're watching the games. They're watching their student athletes. They're long nights. They're going back into the office. They're going back to the games. We have some great athletic directors in the East Penn Conference and District 11.
I'm looking at you, Al, after this pitch.
Hannah Dewar, and she will
force out.
Yep. So they get 2 runs and lead 2-0. We'll keep it right here.
Well, I was saying now, I was looking at you and all the great coverage D11 Sports did at the district's 2A and 3A championships. The last 2 days, I'm like, how do you organize all that?
I don't know.
That's chaos.
I'm tired.
Not you. I'm talking about the athletic directors and.
No, I'm talking about me. I'm tired. No, but you're right. There's so many athletic directors walking around there and doing things, and they're going to the podium. They're putting on the medals. It's
the traffic, the ropes, all that.
Everything.
Crowd control, and Dave's home sleeping
usually,
the whole time.
Usually is. So
I can play this game too.
The East Penn Conference All Stars announced Kate Yadish from Whitehall, Daria Crowd, Maya D'Amico from Freedom, Madison Glick, who's also the MVP. From Freedom, Angela Fisher and Hannah McCoskey from Northampton, Shayla Morgan from Emmaus, Carly Jerositz from Boca Mountain East, Haley Bartosh from Whitehall, Hannah Dewar from Northampton, and Emma Fraley from Northampton. Your first team All-Stars. Mike, obviously, you're watching this game, and you got to be so proud of your daughter. And I give you that moment to, as a dad watching, your daughter and how she's performed, you have to be pleased.
Yeah, well, I sound like most dads when we bang heads a lot, when it comes, but, my daughter choosing to play this sport at the age of 4 or 5 as one of her 3 sports that she settled in on, playing a million others earlier, but still plays 3 sports. I grew in love with this sport. I mean, if you ask me my favorite female sport, whether it's college, high school, it's by far softball. And she made me fall in love with this sport, and and then I am coaching her in summer and all that stuff, which is tough. But no, it's you're proud, and but I'm so happy that I might be doing this stuff alongside you, or even coaching high school down the road. When she's graduates in a year, just because I've really grown to appreciate this sport over the years, and I really enjoy it. I made that about me, didn't I?
You did. Here we go, bottom of the second.
Shit, listen,
Haley
anyway.
Mandela has it, and this one will drop through. And that got to the base of the center field fence.
Yeah. And Barber squared up with it. So I don't know if our camera was able to get through everybody there. We're going to take a look at it. Watch this. Barber had a beat on it. She peeks back right in front of the Nazareth fans to our left. And right there, and then she just dropped it. It's going to go down as an error, a 2-base error.
That brings up Lily Moretti. Moretti, one of the freshmen in the lineup for Nazareth, coming in at 317. And Nazareth with the opportunity here with nobody out and a runner at second. And this is going to be a tough play, and run on it was Barber. She makes the grab there.
So let's see. Northampton made Nazareth pay for their mistakes last inning, and Nazareth has to make Northampton pay for a mistake. So far, they got 1 out with Barber coming back on the line drive, bringing up Bartha. Yeah. And here's where the averages really, really drop.
Yeah, Avery Bartha at 158, Emma Infantino at 206, and Sydney Harper at 179.
And the one difference early in the game here is Fraley with only 1 strikeout looking. And what did she have? What did Coach Henritzi say? She had 13 Ks. She had double-digit Ks when they faced off, and Northampton won 5-0 earlier in the year.
They're going to try to advance the runner to third. The throw is not in time. So good heads up there by Haley Mandela.
And that's big because with 1 out right now, now you're in a situation where a fly ball can score a run on a sacrifice fly, a ground ball to the middle infield. Northampton's cheating up a little bit, but I'd still, if I'm standing over there, Mandela, I'm looking where they're playing.
They're going to try to score here, and they're going to go right down and score. Talking about taking a run and stealing it, they did it right there. Great job.
another mistake, and that's going to be between the battery of the pitcher and catcher. So watch where this pitch is. It's a wild pitch. Dewar tries to block it and really heads up running on the last two plays by Mandela to manufacture by herself a run for Nazareth.
You're right, by herself indeed. So here's Bartha. And this one towards right field, and this one's going to get down. At least 2 here for Bartha. She's going to try to go for 3. The throw is not going to even be thrown, so a triple for Bartha.
Wow. Bottom of the lineup, 7, 8, 9, batting 158, and watch she laces this. Watch where the ball's pitched. Low and away, and that's how you beat a low and away pitch. You go with it. You don't try to pull it. She took it, hit it where it was pitched, lines it right down the right field line, gets a triple. I'm willing to say she doesn't have many triples on the year.
Well, I'm willing to check on that for you if you'd like me to.
Yeah, there's a timeout as a little conversation between the players on the field. Now, keep in mind, whatever happens in Northampton, after you've watched what they did last game, down 5-0, down 6-4.
17 triples. Just kidding.
Yeah.
No, first triple of the season.
Thank you. Man, I'm good.
That's not that hard of a task. I mean, that one, you went with it. Here's Emma Infantino. And this should get the run in.
Absolutely, will get the run in.
That one to center field. It was a delay to go home. And we are all knotted up at 2-2. So Infantino with the sack and the RBI.
So Infantino, interesting about Infantino as you watch the sacrifice fly here. Good job tagging by Bartha. Delayed, shouldn't have.
Yeah.
So that was Barber thrown in, way offline. So Infantino was a pitcher last year. She was in the rotation at times as a freshman. Has hardly pitched this year. Now this young lady, Sydney Harper, one of the seniors in the starting lineup, plays right field. She's a very good pitcher. Actually has good numbers if you look at them. When they used her this year, her numbers are great, but they've decided to go with the 1-2 combo of the freshman, and Sydney's such a good athlete, a good outfielder. Had a big hit the other day in the Freedom win.
So 2-2 here in the bottom of the second for Sydney Harper. Harper, the number 9 batter, at 179. So we've seen an error that led to Mandela getting to second base, and the stolen base, and then the wild pitch, and the run scored. Then they triple and the sac fly, and we're tied up at 2-2.
Making each team making the other team pay for mistakes.
And they'll draw a walk here.
And Sydney Harper has speed. Hannah Dewar has a great arm, but it can be erratic. Like, I would have no problem with them stealing here with your leadoff batter, who is 1-for-1 with a single.
Harper.
2 outs. Try to get Harper in scoring position, because Dewar can throw you out, but sometimes her balls are offline. She'll tend to at times throw high.
Harper has 4 stolen bases on the season. See if she's going. So Natalie Kloros, who had a base hit.
So we have at 7, 8, 9, we had a triple sacrifice and a
walk.
I mean, a walk, my bad.
Yeah.
I wrote down BB, so when I looked down, I said bunt. I'm a little slow.
That's all right. We've known you a while. That's not a surprise. 277 is her batting average. Let's see if she takes off here. Does not. And throw it back to first. Again, you mentioned April 19th, a 5-0 win by Northampton. Nazareth looking for their first East Penn Conference title. They won the Lehigh Valley Conference back in 2010 and also 2003. Coach Gonzalez saying discipline at the plate is key. Well, let's see. How about back-to-back? Ooh, bring her back.
Wow. You see that like Major League Baseball time. You don't see that much in high school softball.
She was halfway down first.
Okay, so keep in mind on this play, Harper will be running. 2 outs, 3-2 count. Plays at first if you're Northampton.
And swings right through that one. So that's the second strikeout of the game for Fraley. However, the damage is done as they score 2, and we're not up at 2 in the East Penn Conference Championship between Northampton and Nazareth. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil. Delivery you can count on.
St. Luke's Orthopedic Care. Extraordinary care in motion.
We go to the top half of inning number 3. Northampton and Nazareth are tied at a score of 2-2. And baseball being played at DeSales University right now. Liberty in control of Parkland by a score of 6-0 through 4 innings.
How about the team peaking at the end of the year, Liberty? Most of their team back, they went to the state final last year in baseball, and they're definitely peaking at the end of the year. Yellen, fielder's choice, grounded out to shortstop, and she fielder's choice at second base, her first at bat.
All right, so it's 4, 5, and 6 in the lineup. Yellen, Cascario, and Echevarria against Kylie Grover.
Yeah, Grover, that was her 51st pitch.
Like you talk about pitches, and we've seen years. I go back to my book. I know I can open this up. I don't remember the name of the girl from Central Catholic years ago, and I'm going to it. I'm going to find this one.
Most guys in the 80s had a little black book. No, Al's got this softball book with Bob Carpenter's resume on the. Who's Bob Carpenter? Some legendary broadcast guy that gave you the book.
First game on here was Waynesboro and Emmaus in 2000. That's baseball.
Oh my gosh!
What do you want to know?
Was that when that's right around? As we look at this pitch to Yellen, another strike, when I had the pleasure of Al DiCarlo being sideline football for Lehigh.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because that started 98, 99. And
97.
I think it was Regina Patuchny originally, and then you came in around then.
Opposite.
Oh, you were first.
You're mixed up.
Yeah,
that one's slap wide of third. What was I talking about anyway?
You're bragging about your black book.
No. I'm going to find some stuff here. I got a lot of stuff.
I like how you use different colors back then.
Well, hey, that was
that Penn with the different, like the green, the blue.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to action over here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one.
Yeah, Yellen's definitely opened up. She's coming this way.
The names: John Schreiner, Paul Altenbach. I got them all. Chick Kennedy.
Well, he was coaching.
Harry
then.
Dudek.
Yeah, Schreiner was coaching.
Oh, yeah.
He played at Penn State in the late 80s.
Here's the 3-2 pitch, and that was right into the glove of Bartha. One away by Yellen. And that brings up Ava Cascario. She struck out looking in her only plate appearance.
She was looking. Okay, I had her swinging, but I wrote it down wrong.
All right, I'm not looking anymore. But you can find a lot of information here, Mike. There's stuff in here about you don't even know.
I don't want to know.
That's a lot of stuff in there.
You're a class of 88 from Parkland?
87.
Ooh, Man, so you're like pushing 55.
53, buddy. Relax.
You got 2 feet in the grave. Called strike on Cascario.
Got 47 years left.
Yeah.
Cascario, 318, 1 home run, 14 RBIs. 1 out here in the top of the third in the East Penn Conference Championship. Again, winner will get the top seed in the 6A classification. Taking her time. Getting back in the box.
It's a strike.
So getting ahead of the count, 0-2 is Kylie Groover. 4 straight wins for Northampton coming into tonight. That one just misses. And Nazareth has won 8 of 9 since their loss to Northampton.
Yeah, they got upset by East Stroudsburg South, and coach will even say it's on him. You know, pulled the foot off the gas a little bit. They were looking to their first round game against Liberty, sat a couple starters. But one thing it shows you.
This one's going to be a tough play, and it gets through. So a 1-out hit by Ava Cascario, and it brings up Ro Echevarria.
One thing it shows you, it doesn't matter. Go up north. You can get knocked off by these teams.
Yeah.
East Stroudsburg South has the ability to knock you off. Stroudsburg gave Northampton a run for their money this year. Pleasant Valley had Whitehall going into late in the game, and so you just never know. It's such a balanced league.
Echevarria in the second inning struck out but scored. You say what? Yes, that's correct. Got over the first, and then things started to change after the bump by Fraley. And it was the bottom part of the order that made things happen.
Yep.
Came in batting at 400. Again, only a freshman.
What Northampton has, too, is a nice balance of senior leadership with a mix of youth. You know what I mean? They're not a pure young team like a Liberty. They have some good senior leadership, a senior in the circle. And Emma Fraley had to wait her turn. Let me tell you about Emma Fraley after this pitch.
This one like a bullet, and that's going to be trouble. That one's still rolling. Cascario gets to third. She's going to try to score. No throw home, and now there is a late throw, and she'll go coasting into third.
Yeah, if they would have thrown it, they could have got maybe a Echevarria at third, but we're going to give her a triple, an RBI triple. As we take a look at her, watch her go with the pitch. We talked about this against Fraley. Outside, doesn't try to turn it over, lines it over Harper's head. Now watch, you got to hit the cutoff. Harper hits the cutoff, but there's a delay. After that, there was a delay. Do I go home? Do I go to third? Delayed, went home, allowed her to get the triple. And here's your pitching change, Al. Yeah, this was going to happen. Whether it was now, earlier, or later, it was going to happen. It's what they do.
So Avery Kaufman.
Another freshman, number 7. Let me talk about Emma Fraley. Emma Fraley, in my opinion, would have been a 3-year starter on 80% of the teams in the area. She's that good. I've known her since she's 7, 8 years old. But because Northampton have really good pitchers, she had to wait her turn. You know, she started some games last year, but for the most part, she was a backup. And, she waited her turn, and here she is, making that list that you read earlier, first-team all-league pitcher. And, some other people would complain, but if you have a good program, you sometimes have to wait your turn.
Oh, no question. And you start watching, and remember last year when we talked about it, you go back, and it's Northampton has those pitchers each and every time, right? And I remember last year and the year before, Zematics and, Renson, Fraley was in a mix. But it's like, even coach was, I'm not sure who I'm, when the coaches say they're not sure, they're really not sure.
But that was
sometimes.
2 years ago. It was Zematics, it was Renson, and they had one other. And
in 2021, they had 3, correct.
And then last year was Renson was second, and it ended up being just Zematics for the most part, and she was awesome. And there she is pitching at. She at Shippensburg. She's in college doing really well in the PSAC. But and the thing about Emma Fraley is, she comes from good bloodlines. Mandy Sugar was a good softball player. Her dad, Chris Fraley, played football at Kutztown. And anybody on any team in the Valley, anybody on that Northampton, her teachers, parents, one of the nicest people you're going to meet is Emma Fraley. And she's having a great year in the circle.
So the pitching change made, 3-2 Northampton on top, and the runner on third with one out. And Fraley in a position
To help herself. Singled her last time up. All she needs here is a ground ball up the middle. They're playing deep. They're conceding the run or a fly ball.
Swing straight through that one on the first pitch by Kaufman.
They talk about launch angles now in baseball. Her launch angle there was to lift that ball. Her bat was definitely swinging to air that out this way, get that run home at least on a sacrifice.
0-1 pitch.
Okay, so she's 1 for 1 on that bunt single where they didn't cover first.
That one down low. Kaufman 5-1, 2.62 ERA, 63 strikeouts.
And that's why I'm a little shocked by Emma swinging first pitch against a new pitcher. I like to see that one-time pitch against a new pitcher. Because obviously Kaufman, her first 2 pitches were a different style than Grover. They were definitely Glover, were lower, and she went up high there.
Swing straight through that one. Pine Grove beating Panther Valley to win the baseball championship in the Schuylkill League.
Nice. You ever been to Pine Grove, Al?
I have. Well, you were just there, weren't you?
I've been there twice in the last 3 years. The best softball field in Pennsylvania for high school that I've seen. No, I haven't seen them all. Best in District 11.
Pitch swinging right through that one.
Same pitch, high and away. Got her a little off balance and a huge strikeout coming in with now putting 2 outs. Yeah, Pine Grove, just gorgeous field. They won the state title the year before they shut down. I think it was 2019. They won the state title, and then they put a lot of work into their facilities. Their softball field's immaculate. Sometimes they paint a cardinal in the outfield. Good announcer, bleachers, stands, everything, snack stands.
4th strikeout, and runner sitting there at third for Sam Barber.
Sam Barber sacrificed last inning.
And they have one of the best athletic directors, Scott Diamond. Scott Diamond, when I used to do their games, basketball, he gives you a 9-page packet on everything. Everything you need to know is in that packet. Fantastic.
Okay, Al, but
just throwing that out there.
There's that same pitch. What about the food? When you're talking athletic director and you're in the media, I want to hear what kind of free food they have set out.
It takes care of you.
Okay, that's key. This is big. If Kaufman could come in here and hold, after that run.
No balls, 2 strikes, runner at third, and comes in and does the job. So 5 strikeouts, 2 here in a row by Kaufman. And we'll go to the bottom half of inning number 3. St. Luke's is the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. Home, auto, life, and business, Broski Insurance Agency has you covered. With more than 50 years of experience, give their friendly staff a call at 610-264-3940. Visit their website at broskiins.com. Broski Insurance, tradition and pride since 1965. Reach out to Scott or Todd or anyone over there, and they'll take care of you. Game also brought to you by Reichenbach Oil Company, celebrating over 100 years of providing Lehigh Valley with convenient and reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletics. Mention you heard us on the D11 Sports broadcast and receive $25 off of your next oil delivery. If you're a student from any District 11 school interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out d11sports.com. Follow your dream, get close to the action, and take part in our student internship program. And for more information, contact your athletic director or reach out to myself or Dave at d11sports.com. So with that, we go to the bottom half of inning number 3. And it'll be 1, 2, 3, Chloros, Weaver, and McNamee against Fraley.
Now I got Weaver up. Am I wrong?
You do. Yeah, Weaver, McNamee, and Zellner.
Yeah, Chloros struck out to end the inning.
Correct.
So, Weaver went down looking in the first. The best hitter on the team. Talked about her in the opener. Down 1. really impressed with Kaufman coming in and holding Northampton to that one run.
This one out of play.
Got a little cool, Al.
Yeah.
I might have to whip out my extra top I brought. Big crowd. People packed behind the fence here. 2-1 count. Stands are pretty full. Snack stand line always backed up. Great food.
That's all you're thinking about is food.
I still can't get over the
food.
mustard situation.
That was then. This is now. You don't want to bring that back. I think you were wrong.
It wasn't their fault. It was a certain human's fault. 3-1 count. This would be huge. Weaver can lead off the inning, getting on base. Fraley's a little more off than she was against Whitehall the other day.
And that
Yeah,
one, as you say that, she gives up the walk.
I just I'm not saying she's bad. I just see her, bigger counts. She's up to, her pitch count's not bad, 36 pitches. And they're going to talk about it. The thing is with them, as there's going to be no one warming up. Now, Mikkel Culp she's a very good pitcher and has a limited action this year. And they actually had her throw on the side against Whitehall the other day in the bullpen. But it's been Fraley pretty much going beginning to end, no matter what situation it got in all year. Culp's going to be a really good pitcher for them next year. But it's not like Nazareth where we knew there was going to be two pitchers. You're probably going to see Fraley.
There's McNamee, and that one is straight to left.
Ooh.
I'm not sure what that confusion. That ball just went right through. I think that in between the runner. So a walk and a base hit, and Nazareth in business here.
Yeah, that was a single to left, and then Weaver stopped on second, and almost like one of the Northampton players deked her. They threw to second and let it go through, but a good job by Avery Dybert backing up. But you got first and second. Now you're in a bunt situation. But are you bunting with Zellner? Are you bunting with Zellner?
Zellner at 305.
And the reason I say that is that's your cleanup hitter. Now, don't get me wrong, Haley Mandela, is up next. And then Lily Moretti, who was the hero the other night, I think she was like 3 for 3 against Freedom. So they're not showing bunt. There's so many opportunities to get in high school softball to get them over. You don't have many double plays.
This one grounded, as you say that, they're going to go to third. They'll get one. And they did everything they had to. They get the force runner at third.
It's like, as I'm talking, it's like, holy cow, this is everything that they didn't want to happen. She hit it hard, but it's going to be a fielder's choice. But you don't see many twin killings in high school softball, that you would get.
Correct.
In like baseball. But here you go.
Here's Mandela. Mandela had a triple.
Well, no. She had the error.
The error. Yeah, excuse me. The error.
The error on center fielder, right?
Yep.
But she drove the ball.
Yep.
Or did she drive the ball? And that was key, getting the force out there, because now you're not in a sacrifice fly situation to score. Ooh. That was a ball, right?
I call that a strike.
He called that a strike. We're far away. It looked outside.
Outside, okay.
My favorite cameraman on earth is saying it was outside.
That one fouled back.
Riley Colburn turns to Barber and says, came to you last time.
First and second for Nazareth. They trail by a score of 3-2. We're in the bottom half of the third inning. As Mandela waits for the pitch, she swings right through that one.
Yeah, that was huge. Again, Fraley, only 2 strikeouts so far today after having double digits versus Nazareth the last time, but she pulls a string a little bit on that one.
That brings up Lily Moretti. Moretti batting in at 317, the freshman.
Now
right out to center field in her only plate appearance. And this one goes right into the glove of Ava Cascario, so no damage done. We're through 3. Northampton leading the East Penn Conference Championship by a score of 3-2. You're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil. Delivery you can count on.
Hall of Fame pitcher Steve Carlton knows what it takes to exceed expectations. He knows what it means to be part of a team that rises above the competition. He knows a champion. Steve Carlton knows St. Luke's Orthopedic Care.
We're back here at Pates Park in Allentown, so glad you could join us. Al DiCarlo, Mike Yadish, Ali Winskowski for the East Penn Conference Championship. It was 7-4 in the Colonial League Championship. That was won by Palmerton over Northwestern Lehigh in that one. And right now it was 2-0 to start for Northampton. Nazareth tied it in the bottom of the second at 2-2. Northampton took the lead at 3-2 in the third. And we go to the top half of inning number 4. It's going to be 9-1 and 2 in the lineup. Colburn, Makovsky, and Dybert against Avery Kaufman, who came in. And Kaufman, since coming in, had a pair of strikeouts as they kept a runner at third base in Echevarria. Colburn batting in at .231 on the season. Swinging through that one. I had my whole lineup mixed up. I'm on the other side. See, you leave me for a second, Mike, and I get the wrong. I'm calling the wrong lineup the whole time.
Well, you know, Al, I had people to talk to. Wow, is Kaufman doing a good job?
That's 3 straight.
And
that was
that's
Colburn. I was correct.
Yeah. Now Makovsky.
So that's 6 strikeouts and 3 straight by Kaufman. And that brings up Makovsky. Makovsky striking out and a base hit and an RBI.
She went down swinging her first at bat on that strikeout.
Right now, Kaufman control the batters.
It's almost they're not touching her ball. You know, I mean, we're pretty far away, but whatever she's doing with her spin or location, a lot of girls swinging through. Timing's off.
This one towards short, fielded there by Weaver over to first, and quickly 2 away. In between innings, I'll bounce Mike Yadish out of the booth for a minute or two. We'll bring Allie in just to talk about her first year at Penn State, and then we'll bring Mike back in between innings. Right now, they'll bring up Avery Dybert. Dybert, 2 for 2.
I get it
on the season.
This is what you've done with D11 Sports.
Exactly.
You get these high school students involved, and they move on to college to take it to the next level.
And they're doing a great job. Got a number of kids at Syracuse, including her, actually, Allie's sister, Ashley, just graduated.
Man. It's all started with
Liberty
you.
leading 7-0 in the 6th against Parkland, the baseball championship.
Wow. It's all started with you and Palisades, right? Brian Gilbert.
Yeah, Brian Gilbert. Yep. Doing a great job. And actually, Allie and myself, 4 years together at Palisades, doing a bunch of games together.
Nice.
So Dybert here in the 4th inning. Mike, a close game. You know, people don't you don't know what to expect in games like this. Again, someone could score 5 runs right away, right? And we see that happen each and every time. But right now, since being inserted into the circle, Avery Kaufman has done a great job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm overly impressed with, you know, okay, freshmen, they're used to playing. And there's freshmen in positions. But the freshman pitcher, it's a different deal. You know what I mean? You're more important than the quarterback on the football team. Every single play you're involved in with that pitch. And I'm very impressed with those two freshmen. It's good waste. 0-2.
Watching Major League the other
Oh,
night.
yeah, she hit the mascot. I want you to hit the mascot. You need to do that once in a while. I think you're a little crazy out there. You don't know where, I don't know where it's going.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the 4th.
I mean, her strikeout pitch has been a little off the plate.
And gets a strikeout right there. So 4 strikeouts since being inserted in the lineup. And we go to the bottom half of the 4th. It's going to be Bartha, Infantino, and Harper. And now it's like old times. I bring in Allie. Allie Winskowski with us. We've done this a lot together, right?
Yeah.
But hard to believe, though, now you're going to be a sophomore already at Penn State. First of all, talk about your college experience and how it's going since you went there.
Yeah, it's going good. I just came back a week ago, actually. But I joined 2 clubs, a radio station, TV station. And I actually had an internship with Penn State Athletics as well. So it's going great. I love it there. Couldn't recommend it more.
How important is it, you had a chance not only to be in the booth with me at Palisades, but also part of D11 and given that opportunity to kind of get yourself in a path there at Penn State?
Yeah, no, it's been really helpful, actually. I've known a bunch of the equipment since going there and everything, just how to even talk to people with interviews. It was great. Both Penn State side and then D11 both have different opportunities, and I just had experience already going into college with not all athletes or students have that.
It's funny because when you and I first broadcasted, it was me, you, and your sister, Ashley, and she just graduated from Syracuse. But you guys had a chance to broadcast together. And, you may not ever get the chance to do that, but you had a chance to do that with us.
Yeah, no, it was an excellent experience just to do that with my sister. Like, I might not do that, as you said, in a professional world, but that's how I started out, was my sister calling the first quarter of a football game and then me doing the second. So that's just great, especially with our family background. Both parents went for this as well.
Well, best of luck moving forward, and you get to work, and you got to do some interviews as well. So you got to get some work done. All right, back to action here as we go to the bottom half of the 4th inning. It's Bartha, Infantino, and Harper, as that one's fouled out of play. Bartha, a triple and a run scored in the 2nd inning. Again, 2 runs in the 2nd inning for Northampton. Coming right back was 2 for Nazareth, and then Northampton took the lead with 1 run in the 3rd. They had a chance to get another run in. They could not. This one swinging right through that one for the strikeout. So a good start there for Emma Fraley. So Infantino on deck, batting in at 206. So Infantino batting in at 206. 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. She had a sacrifice that brought in a run in Bartha. Swinging straight through that one. On deck is Sydney Harper. Mike Yadish is playing mayor right now. He thought that Allie was doing the entire inning with me, so he decided to take off. And he's, talking with the crowd, signing autographs. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. And that one inside. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Pitch that one up high, and Infantino draws a walk. So Harper actually walked in her only plate appearance at 179, comes in with Infantino at first base here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Mike Yadish back with us after.
Man, that was a quick conversation.
I said we were only going.
I thought you had like a guess for an inning, and when you put the headsets on.
I cannot believe that you went and had 3 hamburgers with ketchup, by the way. Since they had it this time.
I was visiting the Emmaus coaches right
Yeah,
behind the fence here.
You were like lost. Cameras couldn't find you, didn't know where you went. You leave, Dave leaves. I was all alone.
I got an out.
So a strikeout by Bartha.
Yep.
A walk by Infantino. And Harper now with one away here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Mike, let's see what happens here in the fourth. But, that one gets away, and the runner will advance to second.
Fraley's Fraley's not bad today. She's just a little off that she wasn't the last two games. Is that the best way to put it? Like, you didn't see this happening. You didn't see the walks, 2 walks. Sydney Harper walked the last time up. She's 2-1. So that's 3 walks so far. Fights back 2-2.
I was going to say, we get, depending on what happens, we get to that 5th inning. And this is, you're Nazareth. This is a great opportunity to get this runner in.
Yeah.
And let's see how aggressive they are, on a single. Let's see how aggressive Coach Gonzalez is right here.
Oh, Harper. Yeah. Yep. Strikeout looking.
So gets a strikeout.
That's for Fraley. What do you got her
4.
at?
4 strikeouts.
Yeah, I got her 5.
5
strikeouts, 3 walks, only 3 hits. So I was sitting there going, she looks a little. That's her numbers are pretty good.
Yeah.
I just.
Kloros steps to the plate.
And I take it back because again, Whitehall had hits on her. Whitehall had hits on her, especially early in the game. They didn't have errors, so she's pitching a solid game. I think more impressive has been Northampton, Nazareth's pitching staff that's keeping this game close. They're doing a great job, especially Kaufman coming in.
Yeah, if you're Nazareth right now, the way Kaufman has pitching, if you can tie this game up, you put yourself in a good position because Kaufman, since being inserted, has done a good job. Here comes the pitch, swinging right through that one for a strike. Now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes.
Hitter.
Yep. So hit by pitch. So it'll be first and second for Alina Weaver. That's the first hit by pitch today, correct?
In this game, yes.
Did we have one last game? In the Colonial League Championship? I don't think we had one there either.
I believe you're right.
Yeah. So first and second with Weaver. Weaver strikeout looking and a walk in the third.
What's the delay? Checking her out at first. Al, right now, if you're coaching third base, you're the head coach. Oh, my gosh. You're telling that girl in second, get big. Now, Dwar has a great arm. Make sure no one's covering, but you want to get a big secondary lead, because on any contact, you're forced to run anyway. You're scoring, no matter what. You check out as a third base coach. You check out the outfield. Where are they playing? They're pretty deep. They're not shallow, okay? So, you got to think, I got to get that tying run in right now. Any hit, we're getting the tying run.
That one up high for Alina Weaver. Weaver came in batting at .415, 4 homers and 19 RBIs.
Struck out
at first and second.
Struck out and walked.
That one down low. So 2-0. Mike, are you waiting for one here or are you going for this one? 2-0.
She's the best hitter on the team. If it's grooved, you're swinging.
Here comes a 2-0 pitch.
Yeah, on what you tell them. Like right here, I don't give her the green light because Fraley's showing she's getting a little wild. But on that last pitch, you make a small zone right in the middle of the plate. You're only swinging if it's coming there. Here, I think you're taking all the way.
3-0 pitch, and that went up high.
Yeah.
And just like that, Nazareth is in business. So a walk, a hit by pitch, and another walk.
And now you have McNamee coming up, who is lined out to left, singled, and you just had a hit by pitch and a walk. Do you take the first pitch?
Oof.
Or is Fraley thinking, I got to throw a strike, and you might get one grooved on the first pitch? Now, my opinion is you're taking this, and here's why, Al. Fraley's a good pitcher, a veteran pitcher. She has a great pitching coach. They're not going to call. Right now, she's not calling. Schellheimer's not over there saying fastball down the middle. She's giving her something.
So you're saying McNamee is not going to swing here? Well, she gets a called strike.
And see, that was on the outside corner, so that was a good take. This is big. Big leads, 2 outs, down by 1.
Bases loaded for Nazareth. That one way outside. Now 1-1. It's 3-2 Northampton. A base hit, Mike. It could score 2, depending on where it is.
Absolutely. Looks over the center fielder's playing way back. Left fielder's pretty deep. Right fielder's a little up.
McNamee. That one outside. 2-1.
Yeah, she took something off that. Fraley took something off that. She's definitely. I can look at her numbers right now. So 72 pitches. Only 35 are strikes. So she's thrown more balls than strike, which is rare for her.
Here's the 2-1 pitch, and swinging through that one maybe helped her out there. That was going to be close.
It was close, but I thought it was a strike. It was good. It was number high, not chest high. Now you got a guard, 2-2.
Oh, Fraley trying to come up big here.
I'll tell you right now, pull the string. Throw a changeup on the outside corner.
2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded. It's 3-2 Northampton. Here comes the pitch.
There it is.
And that one stroked for a hit. One is in. They're going to try to go for the second one and the lead. The throw is there and the tag is there. Wow. So they'll get the run to tie, but a great tag by Dewar there after the throw from left field by Makovsky.
All right, let's watch the whole thing. It is a changeup. Watch this piece of hitting. Hands back, drives it, and Hannah Makovsky. Look at the crow hop out to Carlo, and the fielding it by Dewar, the tag. We got a tie ball game, but great offense, great adjustment to the changeup, great defense, great throw by Makovsky, great tag by the catcher Dewar. We got ourselves a softball game here now.
3-4, 3-3 as we head to the 5th. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
For all the moments of your life, through thick and thin, Broski Insurance has been there. Since 1965, it has been our honor to be there for you and your family, both in the good times and the tough times.
Home, auto, life, and business. Broski Insurance Agency. Tradition and pride since 1965. Online at broskiins.com.
Concussions are serious. 3 million sport, recreation, and auto accident-related concussions happen each year. 20% of high school athletes who play contact sports will suffer a concussion during the season. St. Luke's is the region's leader in assessing, managing, and treating concussions in athletes and non-athletes of all ages. Our multi-specialty teams of experts collaborate to care for you using the latest treatment options. Don't play head games. Take concussion seriously. Call St. Luke's to schedule an appointment with one of our concussion experts.
We're back as we head to the 5th inning.
And I'm sitting next to George Costanza in his puffy coat. What the?
Hey, I'm warm, buddy. I'm good.
Al either just hit the weight room or he went.
Hey, I'm a tough guy.
A new big
I tell
coat.
my wife, don't go in my car. I leave stuff there, even in June, July. You never know on a cold night. Tonight, guess what? It's a cold night.
Before the game was starting, I saw Emma Fraley's mom, Mandy Fraley, and I was like, what are you going to Alaska? And that's in play. That's the third baseman's ball. That's fair. That's fair. She should be at second base, actually.
Yeah, she should have kept
Here
running
we go.
there.
We said the mistakes that were made early, both teams took advantage of it. Here's a pop-up. That's a third baseman's ball. And look at the communication problem. She got in there a little late. And, that's going to go as an E5. And that was Dewar, right?
Yep. But, Mike, that being said, you're right. You're running all the way through. You should be at second.
Yeah.
Or could be at second.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She should have been at second base, I think,
So
on
that
that
brings
play.
up Nicole Yellen.
Which was huge. But, both teams took advantage early on in the game of the mistake by the other team. Yeah, and again, maybe that ball drifted back a little bit towards the catcher. It's just a tougher play for the catcher. And she pointed.
I went out to my car to get another jacket. I didn't realize that Dave was actually sleeping in his car.
Well,
he's left like 3 innings ago.
Dave's got post-game stuff to do.
Yes, he does. He's got to get your scoreboard ready.
Love the scoreboard. It's how I wake up every day.
Three runs scored for the Concrete Kids. 2 coming in the second, 1 coming in the third. They lay down the bunt.
Good bunt by Yellen.
So the sack is good.
Little surprise. It makes sense. You know, Yellen's been a hot hitter. No hits this game, but that brings up Cascararo, who struck out and singled. And then you got a girl that hit a triple last time up coming up, so now it really makes sense.
So Cascario with a chance to give Northampton a lead once again, depending on where she can place this one. She calls time.
Notice how they got away from bunting in the baseball world? Softball world is all about bunting.
No, 100%. Who's a girl from Caddy that played years ago, played at Lehigh, played at Pitt?
Yeah, Edwards.
Yes, Hannah.
That's all she did.
So Hannah Edwards would bunt she was halfway down first before anyone fielded it.
That shortstop for Lehigh the last 6 years, just graduating this year, she's like that too. And the thing is, I get the slappers and stuff, but I'm I guess from the different world, you know,
yes,
the baseball world.
That's all you have to say.
As a foul ball there by Cascararo. I'm not bunting there. That's just me, just because there's a chance. Again, it bit me before when they hit the ball to shortstop when it was a bunting situation, but I think there's a great chance you're getting her to second and you're giving it out. You know, most teams are fielding pretty good, and you're giving them an out because I just think Yellen's bat has just been so good. But
so Cascario,
they get a hit here. I was completely wrong.
0-2 for Kaufman, and Kaufman will get her there. So Kaufman, since being inserted, has 5 strikeouts.
Now, they got to know where this young lady hit the ball last time. So she went with the outside pitch. Now, she got that triple against Glover, right?
Yep. Echevarrio, yes. It was the last batter before the pitching change. So Echevarrio has a chance here once again after the big hit early on, and she swings through that one.
Grover. Why am I saying Glover? Grover. And then what you're telling your infield right now from the Nazareth bench is knock everything down. If it's in the hole, knock it down. Who cares if she gets on first? You want to keep that runner on second. You want to keep the ball in the infield.
And Echevarrio swings through that one. And quickly in the hole at 0-2.
Well, now Kaufman's got to be smart here. Don't let anything over the plate. Keep it high, first of all. You know, it seems like she's chasing it. Off the plate here.
And gets the strikeout. Wow.
I am overly impressed by the Nazareth pitchers today. 9
strikeouts overall and 6 coming from Kaufman since she's been inserted in the lineup. So we will go to the bottom half of inning number 5. And we're still tied at 3-3. Glad you could join us here on D11sports.com. Hope you're enjoying our coverage not only of the Colonial League and also of the East Penn Conference. I want to thank our sponsors, Broski Insurance, Home, Auto, Life, and Business. Broski Insurance Agency has you covered with more than 50 years of experience. Give their friendly staff a call at 610-264-3940 or visit their website at broskiins.com. Broski Insurance, tradition and pride since 1965. Game also brought to you by Reichenbach Oil Company, celebrating over 100 years of providing the Lehigh Valley with convenient and reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletics. Mention you heard us on the D11 Sports game broadcast. Receive $25 off of your next oil deliveries. I'll have the heat on tonight at the house, by the way. Just throwing that out there. If you're a student from any District 11 school interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out D11sports.com. Follow your dream and get close to the action. Take part in our student internship program. For more information, contact your athletic director or reach out to myself or Dave at D11sports.com. So as we head to the bottom half of inning number 5, the wind starts to pick up a little bit here at Pates Park. And we go to the – I screwed up my lineup, I think.
We go to the bottom.
Yeah.
I like that. A little off speed to start the inning.
Cassie Zellner.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're at Zellner. Mandela, Moretti.
Now,
0 for 2. Fielder's choice, ground out.
Liberty's a champion in baseball. They win 10-0 over Parkland.
In how many innings?
That's a good question.
I'm assuming they have the 10-run rule, like softball. I could be wrong.
Not sure on that. So Zellner, Mandela, and Moretti here in the 5th.
Change up. I like it. I like it by Fraley. You know, she was getting a little off and not throwing many change-ups. Sometimes just throwing a different pitch brings you back.
This one, like a bullet, this one's coming our way, and that one will hit the base of the fence and at least 2, and they'll stay right there. Wow, that was closer than I thought it to.
Well, hardest hit ball of the game. Cassie Zellner here in the 5th inning with a double in the gap. Here it comes right to the left of us. Drives it, right, splits Barber, McCoskey. They hustled to it, got it in there quick, as you can see how close it is to us. Almost a play at second, but now what do you do? Do you bunt her over to third? Okay, you know, let's look at what these players do.
All,
pinch runner.
Pinch runner number 1.
Well, that's your catcher. So no, it's your designated player. So they can re-enter her. You have a pinch runner coming in. I'll get the number for you. That's why I bring binoculars. Oh, is that number 10? But do you bunt here? You know, do you bunt?
Mike, I could say, you know, right now, I mean, if they obviously you're switching the number, you're switching the player, right? And you're gonna, I think you're bunting here.
Yeah, she struck out her last time. Did Mandela. Flew out to center field. I think you're bunting. And Moretti has 2 lineouts. Moretti was was driving runs in last game.
There it is. Lay it down.
It's beauty.
Yeah. Well, you get the job done in the sacrifice.
And that'll bring up Moretti.
And this one is foul off first. So Moretti with a runner at third. And
0-1 count.
Recchia over at third base.
She was our pinch runner. 0-2.
Wow.
Fraley's been big in these situations.
Recchia, excuse me.
Is the pinch runner at third.
And this one gets through. Nazareth takes the lead. Great job by Lily Moretti just to poke that one over second. And the run scores.
Coach Shinzali played that exactly like he wanted to. He has a double, sacrifice to third, 2 strikes just over the second baseman's reach. Maybe a pitch Fraley wants back, doesn't want that one over the plate in an 0-2 situation, but Nazareth does take the lead, and Avery Bartha, who has a triple and a strikeout, comes to the plate with 1 out and a runner on first.
So Nazareth has their first lead of the game.
I'm not doing those pickoff plays right now. Duar's a great catcher, but if one gets away, that girl might end up on third. You know what I mean? Like right now, you got 1 out, runner at first.
Here's Bartha.
7, 8, 9. I'm just, don't want to risk that mistake right now.
Listen, Bartha had that triple, the run scored, and then strike out the last appearance. We always talk about that fifth inning, but Mike, this has got a long way to go this game.
Oh.
It really does. Here comes the pitch. That one down low.
Again, Northampton didn't quit when they were down twice in the semifinals.
That's right.
They're
Exactly.
not going away.
So Bartha came in batting at 158. And John Tone calling that one a ball.
That was low, despite the umpire 205 feet away to my left.
2 balls, 2 strikes. That one fell back into the screen. Nazareth looking for the first East Penn Conference title. The last won a title in the Lehigh Valley Conference back in 2010.
Hits are tied at 6-6. 4-3 Nazareth.
Northampton, last league title, came in back in 2007, but they've been in the championship. This is for the last 4 years in a row. That one out of play.
Full count.
3 balls, 2 strikes. That one right down the middle. So getting the strikeout is Fraley, and that's 6.
4 walks, 6 strikeouts for Fraley. 90 pitches on the day.
And that brings up Emma Infantino.
48 for strikes. Her number has passed 50%. Infantino was good the other day. Today she has a sacrifice and a walk. Swinging first pitch. It was a nice swing by the sophomore second baseman. Came in today's game batting .206. Just inside.
So Infantino awaits this pitch and is now 2-1.
Harper on deck. 9-hole hitter.
That one down low.
And this would be key. Again, we go back to the little stuff. Like, if Infantino draws a walk here, at least gets, you're guaranteed to turn over to the top of the lineup to start the next inning. And Sydney Harper is a pretty good 9-hole hitter.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's the pitch to Infantino.
And she was taken all the way. So what this does for you, 2 outs, full count. Runner on first will be going on the pitch. Infielders have to know plays at first. If you're thinking you're going to get the force out, you're crazy because she's coming in hard, leaving early on the pitch. Here we go.
That one fouled straight back. So Northampton led 2-0, 2 runs in the second. It stayed that way until the bottom of the second where Nazareth tied it up at 2-2. Northampton led 3-2 after 3. And here in the 5th, run scored. In the 4th, run scored to tie it up. Make it 3-3. This one is going to be foul. Scored in the 4th to make it 3-3. And then here in the 5th, a double by Zellner. And then she was pinch run by Brianna Recchia. She would score on a base hit by Lily Moretti. And that's the go-ahead run right now.
If Infantino could gap one here with that runner going, she could score from first.
Outside part of the plate, and they ring her up.
Too close to take.
So 7 strikeouts, but damage done as Nazareth takes the lead. We're through 5 here in the East Penn Conference Championship. It's 4-3 Nazareth over Northampton. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
For all the moments of your life, through thick and thin, Broski Insurance has been there. Since 1965, it has been our honor to be there for you and your family, both in the good times and the tough times.
Home, auto, life, and business. Broski Insurance Agency. Tradition and pride since 1965. Online at broskiins.com.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil. Delivery you can count on.
Well, through 5 in the East Penn Conference Championship, Al DiCarlo, Mike Yadish, Ali Winskowski. So glad you could join us here at Pates Park in Allentown. Sports Fan Base Network in the house. And we thank them for everything they do with us, all led by Ari Bluestein. And, you know, Mike, right now we go to the 6th. It's 4-3. This game's been back and forth. But since being inserted in the lineup, Kaufman has done such a great job that she has struck out 6 batters that she has faced. She came in the bottom of the 3rd with a runner at third base, and she got out of the jam. Yeah. And since then, she's not given up anything.
And let's give Grover some credit. She went far, you know, did her job, you know, went into the 3rd inning, and you know, did her job and went as long to bring in, you know, it's a great 1-2 combination. And I think you'll see this same combination throughout the district playoffs too. Coach found something good with the, you know, it was all, who do I start? Who do I go with? You know, which order should I go? I also have Harper and Infantino. I think you'll see this same combination.
Swinging straight through that one.
They're just swinging through her. Again, we're pretty far away, but they're swinging through a lot of pitches. Fraley with a single and a strikeout. Finds himself 0-2. You know we go over this pitch. High and outside.
Here comes the pitch and gets another strikeout. Mike, she's got 7.
Wow.
So 10 strikeouts in the game and 7 strikeouts for Kaufman.
Presence, too. I know she's a freshman, but she's tall. Nice presence in the circle. Barber struck out her last time, had a sacrifice back in the 2nd.
First pitch strike. Barber came in batting at 209. Again, Mike, you talked about it before where we are in the lineup. Sydney Harper will lead off in the 6th, bottom of the 6th. Right here, we're in the 8th batter in the 6th.
Yeah, and, you know, Colburn, I said Colburn and Barber came through, you know, last game, bottom of the lineup late in the game. Here, you know, Barber struck out last time. Colburn struck out last time. If Kaufman can get through that, you know, it's really, really clutch with 1 inning to go for Northampton. 0-2 here. Nothing over the plate. High and outside. Make her reach for this.
Barber trying to get something going here. And instead, it's not her. It's Kaufman with another K.
4 strikeouts in a row, Al. Will Riley Colburn bat, or is there going to be a pinch hitter? Looks like number 4.
Mike, since being inserted in, Kaufman had 2 strikeouts in the 3rd, 2 strikeouts in the 4th, 2 strikeouts in the 5th, and now 2 strikeouts in the 6th. She's been impressive.
Just slow. Her locations have been great. You know, when you're watching the setup there by the catcher, McNamee, she's putting it where the glove is.
So Riley Colburn will try to get a 2-out rally going, or anything here for Northampton, and swings up high on that one. And right now, Kaufman's just feeling it.
She's dealing. But Northampton, if they get out of this inning, they got the top of the order against a team that has battled back several times this year. Timeout, 1-1 count. The last thing you want to do here is walk this batter. They're
now 1-2.
They're just off balance. It's that high outside pitch, and if you notice, the foot the timing's off on all these hitters. They're stepping towards third base, and it's just all reach.
Yep.
It's just a reach with the arm. They're just not stepping into that, and it's too high to step into it.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Got to go same spot.
2 outs. Here comes the pitch. And
There's same spot, but that's what you got to do. If it's borderline strike, spoil it or take it the other way. I'm staying there. You know, a lot of times you're thinking, playing that game, overthink. Should we come inside one? Should we do a drop down? You know, I'm just staying there. I'm trying to blow it by Colburn, staying on that outside corner, chest high.
Mike, it feels like an eternity when Echevarria hit that triple. That one straight up. This is playable. There's 4 players there, and some way, somehow.
That was the same play earlier. But this time Bartha makes the play, and we head to the bottom of the 6th.
Wow. So bottom of the 6th we go. And it's still 4-3 in favor of Nazareth. Again, the last hit came on that triple, and that was in the bottom of the 3rd. And you look at that triple, she did not score because Kaufman came into the lineup, into the circle, and she's done a great job since.
And that was an RBI triple to take the lead, correct Al?
Yes. St. Luke's, the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. If you're a student from any District 11 school interested in broadcasting, journalism, and photography, check out d11sports.com. Follow your dream, get close to the action, take part in our student internship program. For more information, contact your athletic director or myself or Dave at d11sports.com. Mike, we've had about 75 students in our program since we started 4 years ago, and next year will be our first class that's coming out of college. But it's been interesting to see how these students are doing. Honestly, I always have that say, seeing is believing, and you know what, you watch them, going to Millersville, going to Lock Haven, and we have that author page that they're just sending it to college, and they're saying, wow, you guys did all these articles, and they put them in the school newspaper. And we have 3 kids at Syracuse. Penn State, we have a couple of students at Penn State. We had the first freshman broadcaster at Ole Miss.
Nice.
She won an award in Mississippi. Karen Lincheski, and her first assignment as a freshman was reporting on Alabama and Ole Miss college football. Marley Wismer,
pinch hitting for Harper.
So Wismer, the sophomore, checks in. 2 balls, no strikes, and she skies this one straight up. And that one is 1 away as Riley Colburn handles that one.
Top of the lineup. Cloris was hit by a pitch in the 4th, struck out in the 2nd, and singled to start off the game on a line drive to left field.
Oh, that's a bullet. That one's going to keep on rolling and get a nice little single to start things off there. A 1-out hit by Cloris, her 2nd hit. So Cloris has 2 hits, plus she was hit by a pitch, as you mentioned.
7th hit of the ball game for Nazareth Blue Eagles, 7-6 in the hit category. Very even match game, and it makes sense with the score.
That brings up Alina Weaver. Weaver struck out looking.
Walked twice.
And a pair of walks.
No reason to bunt here. Not with 1 out. I think you're just, you have obviously Weaver has a good eye to 2 walks.
Shauna McNamee is on deck.
2-0. McNamee with back-to-back singles, her last 2 at-bats.
Mikey, you running here? I was going to say, that one straight up, though. She was running.
2 outs.
2 away. That's Cascario.
Now I might run. Try to steal one more run here going into the bottom of the 7th.
So that brings up Shauna McNamee, the catcher. Fly out and a pair of singles and an RBI. Came in batting at 368.
That was a great swing.
It was.
That was a good pitch to hit, too. Fraley got away with one there.
Good look over at first. McNamee at the plate. Kloros at first. That one down low. Kloros not going anywhere.
A little off speed. Emma Fraley now sitting at 106 pitches, 107, 57 for strikes. Took a little off it. Again, Tuar's a great catcher. I don't know if I'm doing that there. I just think
I'm not.
I'm just not chancing that ball gets away.
No, and you're right. That goes down that first baseline.
You got the top of your lineup coming up. You want to get out of this inning down by 1 going into the bottom of the 7th.
That one outside. So now 3-1.
Zellner on deck, who doubled her last time up to start off the 5th. Scored the go-ahead run. They pinch ran for her, actually.
Yeah, this is a huge at-bat right here. 3-1 and gets a walk.
Yeah.
So the big walk there, that moves Kloros over to second. And that brings up Zellner. You mentioned Zellner.
Zellner into the gap here. That one came right out to us. They're going to talk about it. No coaches coming out. Just the players are going to gather around Emma Fraley.
All right, Mike. You're leading 4-3. How aggressive are you getting around third?
You're sending her no matter what.
I mean, it's got to be a perfect throw.
You're sending her no matter what. I mean, this is a Northampton team that was down by 2 the other day and won in the last inning.
Yep.
I mean, you're doing anything with 2 outs to get a run.
So Zellner coming in batting at 305, 4 home runs, 18 RBIs. Her last at bat, a double. She got a pinch run. And that is the go-ahead run right now. So Zellner trying to add and get some insurance if they can here. 4-3 is your score.
No.
First pitch in there for a strike.
Kloros got to get a big secondary lead off of second base. Outfield's pretty deep, too. Outfield's pretty deep because of that double. So now it's definitely scoring.
There's a big gap between left and left center and center. So Fraley trying to get out of a jam here. First and second with 2 outs here in the bottom half of inning number 6. That one up high, now 2-1.
Good discipline by Zellner, not chasing that high ball from Fraley. Got to look for a good pitch here.
2 balls, 1 strike. And this one is going to be a fair ball. It's going to get at least 1 run in, all the way to the fence. They call it foul, the blue guy.
Al, we're at a bad angle here.
It's a tough angle, Mike.
Stop. We don't even see the line.
See, I can't.
It was a great call, though. It was a great call.
I can't look at the blue guy over there, okay? Because I'm over here already.
Yeah, but I'm looking because I got to know if it's fair or foul.
Yeah, but how am I looking at him? The ball, I got to see exactly
Keep in
where it
mind,
drops.
what you're seeing on TV is where we're broadcasting the game.
Exactly, a different angle. Here comes the pitch again. No, they really wanted that one.
Okay, here we go, Al. 3-2 count, 2 outs, first and second. They're running. So plays at first for Northampton. They are moving on the pitch. The last thing you want to do if you're Zellner, though, is get punched out looking.
3-2, and that one up high. So Zellner draws a walk. Kloros moves over to third. McNamee goes over to second, and that brings up Haley Mandala.
The sophomore first baseman came in today batting .316, but only 25 at-bats on the year coming into the game. I don't know the situation. Was she injured, or they just decided to insert her into the lineup? Because I noticed that her at-bats didn't compare to the rest of the team. Is she batting? Is it the same girl?
Bases loaded.
A little surprised swinging first pitch.
Big position here.
Yep, number 6. Aggressive off third base on any pass balls.
So Mandala fouls that one back. Now 0-2. Good job here by Fraley.
Now Fraley's in control. She can't put the ball. This ball should not get near the white of the plate.
See if you waste 2 pitches here, Mike.
Yeah, but if a girl on third, I wouldn't want to. I don't want to go 3-2.
I agree. That one misses. Misses outside.
The umpire right next to us, he wasn't sure about that one.
People have no idea what you're talking about. It's every third inning you mention it, they're like, what is he talking about?
The emotional cameraman.
Haley Mandela waits on a 1-2 pitch, and that one up high.
Very strong laying off. Now, again, Fraley does not want to go 3-2. So right here, you got to battle if you're Mandela.
This is the biggest pitch of the game right here. I mean, a single could score 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bottom of the 6th. Bases loaded, Nazareth up 1. Fouled that one back of the screen.
That was a strike.
If you're wondering, it'll be 1, 2, and 3 in the lineup in the 7th. Makovsky, Dybert, and Duer.
2-2.
Fraley.
I want to see a full count. You know why, Al? I'll tell you after this pitch.
Oh, and that one's foul. I looked at him.
Yeah.
I saw him over there.
Good job. I want to see a full count because the most exciting play in softball and baseball offensively is bases loaded, 2 outs, full count, everybody's going. You got a pinwheel. You got everybody going around. All 3 runners are leaving. Someone's crashing home, but let's see what happens on 2-2.
2-2.
Here we go. Most exciting play in this sport. Now, you're coming home from third base. You got to watch so your head doesn't get decapitated. You're outside the line. Everybody's running. Pressure not to walk.
3-2, bottom of the 6th, bases loaded. Fraley in the circle. Here's the pitch, and that one fouled out of play.
What a battle this is going on. Look at there are the runners. They're moving, and Northampton's thinking they're plays at first.
Mandela trying to add some runs, or at least another run for Nazareth. Fraley trying to get out of the jam with the bases loaded. Check swing, just gets a piece of it.
And that was ball 4. But you know what? That's tough to lay off of. That ball coming in.
The last thing, you don't want to be looking.
Well, you don't want to get punched out. And we've seen it several times today. So the mentality is, if it's close, I'm swinging.
Well, we'll do this again. 3-2. That one up high. So Cloris will score. That's a second walk in the inning, and that brings up Lily Moretti.
Lily Moretti lined out to center in the second, lined out to second base in the third, and singled her last at bat. Again, had the big game, was the offensive hero for Nazareth against Freedom. We're seeing a pattern of the team that won the series. I know they only played once, but Northampton won. Nazareth's winning right now. Northwestern twice on Palmerton. Saw Northampton beat Whitehall after they won 2.
Well, we'll see what happens. But Moretti trying to add some more here. That one outside. Mike, she's at what, 126?
126. 65 strikes. Faced 32 batters.
That was going to be up high, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. She just walked the girl. You were 1-0.
She was trying to deliver that one right over here. So Moretti at 317. Bases still loaded. 1 already in. 5-3 your score in favor of Nazareth.
That was a good pitch.
Now 1-2. Again, Nazareth looking for their first East Penn Conference title. Northampton looking for their first. They had LVC title in 2007.
Moretti does not want to go down looking here.
Here's a pitch. And that one straight up. Is that playable or not? It is.
Good play by
Duer makes that play. And we will go to the 7th inning. It's 5-3 Nazareth in the EPC championship game. You're watching on D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil. Delivery you can count on.
Hall of Fame pitcher Steve Carlton knows what it takes to exceed expectations. He knows what it means to be part of a team that rises above the competition. He knows a champion. Steve Carlton knows St. Luke's Orthopedic Care.
For all the moments of your life, through thick and thin, Broski Insurance has been there. Since 1965, it has been our honor to be there for you and your family, both in the good times and the tough times.
Home, auto, life, and business. Broski Insurance Agency. Tradition and pride since 1965. Online at broskiins.com.
All right, we're back here at Pates Park. Mike, it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. Makovsky, Dybert, and Dewar against Avery Kaufman, who's been inserted, has 8 of the 11 strikeouts. You know, Coach Henritze talking to our players. What did she tell them?
It's very simple. We're down by 2. We were down by 2 earlier in this week in the last inning, and we won by 3. So she's guaranteed, that's what she's telling her team, that we've been there and we can do this.
Pitch swinging straight through that. Avery Kaufman has been outstanding.
I have not seen Northampton swing past pitches this much this year. I've seen them a lot.
So Makovsky,
this is who
Dybert,
you want up.
and Dewar.
You want Makovsky. There's no one in the Valley you want more right now than Hannah Makovsky to start off this last inning down by 2.
And quickly in the hole at 0-2. Dybert awaits on deck, so you go freshman.
And then Dewar, freshman. Is that what you meant by saying freshman twice, or you meant the pitcher batter?
No, freshman. Coming up.
She's got to be smart here. Off the plate, high and outside to Makovsky.
0-2 pitch.
Nope.
And that one's going to be a hit. Good start.
Got it down too much over the plate. And again, that young lady, Hannah Makovsky, has done that all year for Northampton.
Mike, first hit since the 3rd inning.
Yep.
And that's the first hit against Kaufman tonight.
Breaks the seal. Now, everybody else feels confident.
They reached on an error, but other than that,
and what
first hit.
Nazareth right now, I would call timeout if I were the coach. You don't want to maybe mess the rhythm you've been in, but you want to tell your infield right now, plays it first. Unless it's an easy force out. Who cares about Hannah Makovsky right now? It's that girl in the batter's box that matters.
And you got a lefty up as well, and Dybert.
And Dybert's 2 for 3, 2 singles, but those were against Grover. Strikeout against Kaufman. Oh, a little 2-inch.
Gets the first pitch strike.
They can let Makovsky steal. They can let her do whatever. Ignore that she's even out there. Treat it as you're up by 1.
Runner at first. That one fouled back.
Yeah, she's chasing him. No reason not to stay up there unless you want to give something off the plate down low. But I would have stayed up high, and they might have called it, might just not have been there against Makovsky because that ball got down in her zone more lower. None of these girls have been comfortable with the pitches up and out.
Runner at first, 0-2 pitch. And that one slapped, and that's a fair ball. Oh, they called it foul. Yep, I see him.
Yeah, you have to go to that one.
I see him. I was looking at
But it was a mistake. I don't know. It's either a mistake by Kaufman or a mistake by whoever's calling the pitches because that was down on the outside corner. Again, it seems you got to keep this ball up. They have been
a majority of her strikeouts have been there.
Not successful. Let her high, off the plate. This ball should not
You
go
gotta- I was gonna say,
near
you
the
gotta
plate.
waste a couple here.
This
0-2.
is near the plate here.
0-2, and that one up top. She'll get the strikeout.
There you go. I mean, that slam dunk right there, Al DiCarlo.
9 strikeouts. That brings up Dewar. All right, so Hannah Dewar, a freshman. 434, 5 home runs, 44 RBIs, 10 doubles on the year. A walk, ground out, reach on an error. Is she due, Mike? Let's see.
Talked about her in the opener. I'd still keep it up and out. See if they're chasing. Good discipline by Hannah. You're basically telling the pitcher, you got to bring it into my zone. I'm not going to chase it.
Yelling on deck.
Yeah, these are the girls you want up.
Well, we talked about this in the 5th, that's where it was going to be for Avery Kaufman. And Kaufman, well, that one's going to be out of play.
I'm watching on the monitor here, really looking at the pitches. I just realized there's a split-second delay because the pitch is coming here. I hear this dink.
Yeah,
I'm like, whoa. 1-1. What a game, Al.
Yeah, top of the 7th. Makovsky sitting at first, and that one straight up. And there's your second out. Nazareth 1 out away. Nazareth has won 8 of 9. Their last loss coming to Northampton on the 19th of April, and now it's Nicole Yellen trying to keep this game alive for Northampton.
0 for 2, fielder's choice, ground out, line out to third base, and a sacrifice bunt. You got to stay up high. And again, Yellen has gap power. Yellen has 2 home runs on the year. That was a little down for me. Yellen hit a home run against Whitehall in their last meeting in the regular season, and then followed it up a couple days later at Freedom under the lights in Bethlehem with their second home run of the year.
Northampton led 2-0 and 3-2, but Nazareth battled back, and now they lead 5-3. 2 outs here in the top of the 7th. East Penn Conference Championship on the line. Nicole Yellen battling Avery Kaufman. Kaufman has come in and has struck out 9. And now they're 1 strike away.
Off speed. Yeah, you're 0-2. You're going up and out. Up and out. This ball, again, I'll repeat it again, Al. This ball should not touch the plate. This should be above the hands of Yellen. Do not allow her in her zone.
Now, Nazareth fans are hearing it here. 0-2. Pitch coming here for Avery Kaufman as she sits there with Nicole Yellen. Here comes the pitch. And swings through that one. Nazareth, your champions. 10 strikeouts in relief for Avery Kaufman. 13 strikeouts for Nazareth in the game. And the Blue Eagles win this one by a score of 5-3. They are the champions of the East Penn Conference, Mike. Mike, we talked about a young team, youth coming into this game. 5 seniors, no juniors, 8 sophomore, 4 freshmen. And Coach Gonzalez is going to love this.
I mean, he's coach of the year. I mean, you take this team that, he said it's the best team we've had, but were they East Penn champs this year? I don't know if they were, but they proved it through this whole playoff run here, and just very impressive. And Al, I'm going to talk about one person besides the coach, Avery Kaufman. I mean, just phenomenal coming in out of the bullpen. 4.2 innings, gave up 1 hit, Al, 10 strikeouts. I mean, what a line by Avery Kaufman coming in from the bullpen and just shutting down this potent Northampton offense.
Wow, really, really impressive here for Kaufman. So Nazareth will wait. For the award ceremony at the same time. But, Mike, one thing, too, is you win the championship. Again, the first thing you want to do is win the championship, right?
Yeah.
But you're also, besides winning the championship, you first the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
In 16th
and I'll be honest with you, I think that's the last thing on their mind. Because the one thing I always say why you want to win this.
strikeouts,
like
1 hit.
some people will say, well, districts is more important, and then you go on the states. Listen, you won a championship in a tough league, and you just cherish this, and you don't even think about who you're playing in districts. No one can take this away.
No.
They got the banner. On the flip side, Northampton, one of the best programs in the last 5-6 years in the Valley. Just something about this game. They just can't get past this East Penn championship.
4 years in a row, Mike. Last year they lost to Parkland.
Yep.
2021 they lost to Freedom. They came back and they won a district championship that year.
Yep.
2020 there was not a season. In 2019 they lost to Parkland. So 4 straight years in the final for Nazareth. The last title was a Lehigh Valley Conference championship that came in 2010. But as a team that's young here, they win the title, and they're going to get the number 1 seed in that 6A classification. And again, we talked about a Parkland team that has struggled this year, and for the most part, they're a young team as well. Good luck here at Sean Murray, the athletic director at Northampton, and Christy Henritzi giving the run-up medals to Nazareth. Again, this team is going to regroup, and they're going to be ready for districts.
Oh,
they're going to be ready.
I just pulled up the district thing, and everything's going to move down here with Nazareth at the top, and it's anybody can win it. I mean, if there's, like I said, last year Northampton on paper was the best team in the Lehigh Valley. And this year was like, you thought Emmaus, then they lost their pitcher. You thought, and Whitehall had a good run, and then Northampton, went through Emmaus and knocked off them and Whitehall, and maybe this is Northampton's year, and Nazareth loses to East Stroudsburg South, and anything can happen. Al DiCarlo, I'm looking at the standings. Liberty can win the district title. Parkland can win the district title. Anybody's game in the 6A category.
No doubt. 5-3 is your score as both teams are being introduced. And, again, I try to do this each and every time. I'm going to try to go, and if I butcher some names, I apologize. Nicole Yellen, no specific order. Nicole Yellen, Angela Fisher, Sophie Steyer, Emma Fraley, Sam Barber, Hannah Makovsky, Kylie Eberts, Ava Cascario, Riley Colburn, Sydney Sugra, Riley Billheimer, Anna Dewar, Avery Dybert, Ro Ekavaria, Megan Ferencik, Mikhail Kolp, Haley Makovsky, and Brooke Cooper for the Northampton Concrete Kids as they're giving their medals. Avery Bartha, Natalie Kloros, Angelina Campanova, Caitlin Genzali, Kylie Grover, Sydney Harper, Gabriella Hayes, Emma Infantino, Avery Kaufman, Haley Mandala, Shauna McNamee, Alana Mercado, Lily Moretti, Alina Weaver, Brianna Recchia, Marley Wismer, and Cassie Zellner. And we've got to congratulate Steve Genzali in his 4th year, picks up his 38th win, but he'll remember that 38th win as a championship win, as they're going to enjoy this moment. Again, head-to-head, they met back on April the 19th, and Northampton won by a score of 5-0. Today, as they're being introduced right now, and you're getting a good look at them, in the 2nd inning, 2 runs scored by Northampton. They led 2-0, but they came right back, Nazareth did, with 2 in the bottom of the 2nd, top of the 3rd. I mean, you go back to that top of the 3rd, Mike. That was crucial. You score the run on the triple by Echevarrio that scored Cascario, and then that's when the pitching change was made. A runner sitting at third base, and she got back-to-back strikeouts. Yep. It's not like a ground ball could goes through, you score the run, and all of a sudden you're winning 4-2. Instead, it just started. And again,
Coach Insali, he made the right move. He pushed all the right buttons. Think about that. That was an incredible button to push. Now's the time to make the change. And 10 strikeouts, against Northampton, that's just phenomenal.
Yeah, 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th, and Mike, guess what? 2 in the 7th. So every inning she pitched, she had 2 strikeouts and only gave up that 1 hit.
And as we watch him get the trophy now, Al, and celebrate, and this is all about Nazareth today, I'm going to go back to the first time they played this year. Nazareth had 2 hits. When they played, it was 5-0. 2 hits. And
Well, that was the division trophy, was it not?
where's that? No,
Okay, they just had it up there.
because Freedom and Freedom shared the division trophy with
Yep.
with Nazareth.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah, yeah.
You're right. With
Okay.
Nazareth. Yep, division trophy. You're right. Now, Kaufman had 6 strikeouts in relief in 4 innings last time they played, and only 2 hits. But I'm just very impressed with this Nazareth program and what they've done this year.
Well, congratulations, Nazareth Blue Eagles. They win 5-3. We'll wait to get our interviews here. This is where Dave Micah becomes the most important person in here. Kaufman with 10 strikeouts, 1 hit in relief. As the Blue Eagles win this one 5-3, we are waiting for Allie, and she'll get coach, and she'll also get the player of the game as well. Northampton with the loss will fall to 17-6. Nazareth with a win would improve to 17-6.
Yeah, Northampton will become the 3rd seed in the 6A. And we'll go over that when we have some downtime here after we watch them celebrate a little bit more as we're getting ready for our interviews. I can tell you who's playing who if we have time.
You can do it now. Because we're
Well, here we
waiting anyway.
go.
Here's your celebration.
It'll be so Nazareth will be the number 1 seed. They were the 4th ranked seed coming in, which bumps everybody down. So Nazareth will play the winner of Parkland Pleasant Valley. Freedom will play Stroudsburg. Northampton will play Easton. Emmaus will play Liberty. And that'll be your first round playoff games.
Wow. And hold that thought now as our player of the game, Avery Kaufman, 10 strikeouts, just gave up 1 hit in relief, and she's down with Allie Winskowski. Allie?
I'm here with Avery Kaufman, the winning pitcher of the day. Avery, how are you feeling right now?
I feel really good right now. I'm really proud of us, so yeah.
Now, you came into a tough spot there. I mean, it was tied 2-2, it was tied 3-3. So what pushed you guys to making it 4-3 and then 5-3?
I think that we all know that we can do it. We know that we've been so good lately, so I think that we were all ready to do that and ready to come in when it was tied.
Yeah, and you just did that by hitting one after another, and your pitching was stellar as well. So congratulations, and go celebrate with your team.
Thank you.
Back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. Great job by, I tell you what, you said it. They made the move when they were going to do it. She was warming up the whole time, right? You knew she was going in, whether it was the 2nd inning or the 4th inning, whatever. It was a runner at 3rd. They put her in there, and at that point, she was golden.
And honestly, I was impressed with the timely hits. Nazareth came through. With the timely hits, they actually ended up with more errors by one than Northampton, and they came through offensively. Some line drives, some gappers. They didn't have those as hard hit balls against Freedom, but just sometimes you find a way to win. And, it was all set up for Northampton to win this title. They come back the other day. They went through Emmaus. They went through Whitehall. And everybody forgot about Nazareth. I'll bet you might be thinking the Northampton people might have been rooting for Nazareth against Freedom. Freedom's the better team. They had the better record this year. And all of a sudden this quiet young team sneaks out there, and here they are, East Penn champs.
No, exactly. And you know what? You go back to the beginning, the East Penn Conference as there was no All-Stars, and they had a chip in their shoulder, I'm sure.
Yeah.
With that, I know Coach is ready, and we'll go to Allie right now.
I'm here with Steve Genzali, the winning coach of the night. Steve, how are you feeling right now?
Ecstatic. We had confidence coming into this game because we're playing really well, but this is a tough team, and it's coached by one of the best coaches in the league, Christy. She's amazing. I am so proud of these girls. I was a little bit nervous that the lights and everything were going to get to them, but they didn't get affected by it. So it was tremendous effort tonight.
No, they didn't seem affected by it at all. And Avery had 10 strikeouts, just 1 hit.
She's amazing. She's been so good for us down the stretch, and this combination of what we're doing with Kylie Grover coming in and throwing hard, and then Avery coming in and saving her has been just amazing. And Avery stepped up again tonight. I mean, she's done it so many times for us this year, and she did it again tonight.
Yeah, she was just stellar in the circle. And finally, it's your first championship
No doubt.
for Nazareth. Thank you.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it feels amazing because this is actually the first time we got to the EPC finals. This is the first time we got to the EPC finals, and we were able to get the win. So absolutely amazing. So proud of these girls. They're so good. I'm so blessed to be able to coach them. I can't even tell you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you so
Go
much.
celebrate with your team.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. 5-3, your final score. Congratulations to the Nazareth Blue Eagles. Best of luck to both teams. And Mike, earlier tonight, Palmerton, a winner. They win the championship. Your final thoughts tonight?
My final thoughts was that was a great game. You know, we saw some good offense, we saw some good defense, we saw some good pitching, we saw a couple mistakes. That was a very good high school softball game. And, you know, again, I'm just excited. Let them celebrate, enjoy it. I'm excited for the postseason run and all the classifications because I don't know what's going to happen. You know, with all these teams, anybody can win. So just real fun. Thanks for letting me do this, Al, and enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. Thanks, Sports Fan Base Network, Kevin Conley, and everyone there as well. That'll do it for tonight. Congratulations to all the teams as they advance to districts, and congratulations to the Blue Eagles. They take home the championship. For everyone here at D11sports.com, Al DiCarlo saying so long. Hope you enjoyed it.